I'm Davey. I'm awesome. And welcome to the Comment Corner, where you guys make comments on my videos and I respond every week. And in between responding to your comments, I'm unable to pay my exorcist bill. Now he's threatening to repossess everything. So kicking off this week's Comment Corner, a Davey's Awesome Movies from a few weeks ago when I reviewed the very first, the classic, Frankenstein. Oliver Brownlow commented, I think you're mistaken about Maria's death being eliminated entirely from prints, shown after the initial censorship until 1980. It was only the actual scene of the monster throwing her in the water that was cut during that time. In the old prints, they played with the daisies, then you saw the monster reach toward her, and that was the end of the sequence. But later, just as in the current prints, you saw Maria's father carrying her lifeless body into town and stating that she'd been murdered. It wasn't, as you seem to think, that the plot point of the girl being killed was eliminated from the film entirely. The only part censored was the actual shot of the monster throwing her in the water. And in my opinion, it was actually creepier and more effective that way. Well, I guess I have officially been put in my place. I accidentally took a cat's medicine yesterday. Don't ask me how. Then on last week's Comment Corner, the Monsters Dad Jokes Comment Corner, Paul Jetto kicked it off with, do they allow laughing in Hawaii? Or just aloha? Yes, everyone embrace the dad jokes! Then Joshua Martinez commented, I took my mother-in-law out today. I love being a sniper. Dad, what was the name of Adam's mother-in-law? He didn't have a mother-in-law, son, because he lived in paradise. I bought my mother-in-law a chair for her birthday, but my wife wouldn't let me plug it in. My mother-in-law asked for her birthday something for in the bath. Too bad she didn't like my toaster. I still remember what my mother-in-law said just before she died. Stop shaking the ladder, you little My mother-in-law fell down a wishing well. I was amazed. I never knew they worked. My family was on vacation in Florida when suddenly I heard someone scream that my mother-in-law fell into an alligator pool. Not thinking twice, I jumped in to save the alligator. Those are just funny, people. Don't get upset. He doesn't have a mother-in-law. I did a performance piece on puns. It was a play on words. Then, on this week's Davey's Awesome Stories, candy corn sucks. Joshua Martinez commented, smart. Call your wife out on eating a whole bag of candy. She knows. Then Joshua Martinez commented, dude, Phantom was the most awesome of all those movies. The story, the delivery, the acting, Jar Jar cracks my up, man. How can you say that Menace wasn't the greatest Star Wars film of all time? Because it wasn't. But let me clear something up. I do think The Phantom Menace is good. I think it's underrated. However, it's not even close to being the best. But it's also not in contention for the worst. The worst was that Han Solo movie. Then Josh Martinez commented, how dare you, Makova! I don't love anything like Marlon Brando. I eat steak burned because I'm a sassy chipmunk, and you're just bitter. Sure, that's why. Paul Jetto replied to him, who's Makova? He replied to that, dude, come on. It's just a made-up name. Two dyslexics walk into a bra. Then on my Davey's Awesome Wrestling video where I reviewed NXT's Halloween Havoc 2022. Sadly, J-Spud kicked it off. I'm sorry my comment has nothing to do with the sweaty, half-naked, nightmarishly violent Greek tradition of man-on-man competition, but I'm down. I just unearthed the breakup letter my last girlfriend wrote to me that I hadn't read before. It was a harsh ending of what I thought was a good relationship. Sure, she looked like a buck-toothed Bing Crosby had a child with a circus peanut, but she was perfect. She never cringed when she saw me talk about true love. Anyhow, this is the list of reasons she broke up with me. You use air quotes when talking about the Passion of the Christ movie. You put deodorant under your mother's arms. Why can't she do it herself? You thought Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire was the best in the series. You soiled yourself during the first 5 minutes of Young Frankenstein. You have too many pictures of David Bowie on your laptop. You kiss your uncle on the mouth. You're allergic to nuts, dairy, eggs, gluten, and goldfish. You look like a squirrel with Down syndrome. You think Bugs Bunny is anti-Semitic. You wash your feet with steel wool. You eat crackers with your 2 front teeth like a squirrel. Your favorite movie is Geely. Your favorite actor is Tate Donovan, even though Love Potion number 9 gave you nightmares. Love Potion number 9 gave you nightmares! Corduroy was never cool. Your mother is not your best friend. She said that! Making a list of things that scare you is not pillow talk. The Challenger was not faked like the moon landing. Reading this, you see how reasonable she was. My heart is so broken. Paul Getto replied to this, I'm gonna have nightmares now. At last, you know my pain. Then Paul Getto made his own comment, I don't like casket matches without The Undertaker. Like I said, you kind of have to have a certain character to do the casket match right, which neither Apollo Crews or Grayson Waller had. But again, I do think certain people could get away with it. Like, I think Bray Wyatt could easily get away with having casket matches. Then Josh Martinez commented, Hi, you're Davey, but that belt is not awesome. I know. It's gorgeous. Then Josh Martinez commented, A husband and wife had a fight. Wife called her mom. He fought with me again. I'm coming to stay with you. The mother. No, dear. He must pay for his mistake. I'm coming to stay with you. A man is walking along the road when he sees his mother-in-law being attacked by 5 men. His wife asks, Aren't you going to help? The man says, No, 5 should be enough. My mother-in-law came for a visit, so I asked her, How long do you plan to stay? Just until I start getting on your nerves, she replied. Oh, so you won't even stay for coffee? I spent the last 10 years looking for my mother-in-law's killer, but nobody will do it. I discovered my mother-in-law has weekly sessions with Lucifer himself on how to be even more vicious. I've no idea what kind of fees she's charging him. At Christmas, a man just opened presents from his mother-in-law, and she asks, Where's mine? He says, I didn't get you anything this year. Visibly upset, she asks why. He says, You never used what I got you last year. She yells, It was a burial plot! Seriously, dude, are you, like, afraid of having a mother-in-law or something? Then Joshua Martinez commented, Paul Getto beat me to it, but yeah, without The Undertaker, it's not a real casket match. That's why some companies try to get around it by calling it a coffin match. I'm not making that up. Then Joshua Martinez commented, Dude, I just realized that Xena Warrior Princess was almost 30 years ago. No! If you're not depressed by that, then know this. So was the WrestleMania with the Iron Man match. We got a couple more years, but it's almost 30 years. My wife told me she was leaving me. I said, Is it because I act like I know everything? When she told me yes, I told her, I knew it. Then on a special Halloween edition of the Brothers Not Lovers movie review, where we reviewed Ernest Scared Stupid, a classic Halloween movie. Paul Getto kicked it off with, I had never seen this movie until this month. My girlfriend brought it along with some others for Halloween movie nights. And it was so weird, dude. All the Ernest movies were weird. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Not all the Ernest movies were good. But most of them were. They were very entertaining. Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Saves Christmas. I recommend these. Then Joshua Martinez commented, I couldn't think of a comment, so I'm just going to sit here in silence. Why won't you talk to me? Then Joshua Martinez commented, How'd you like all those mother-in-law jokes? They were funny, but if you're thinking that I was going to relate to them like I want to kill my mother-in-law, I don't. Then Joshua Martinez commented, I am insecure, you monster. Why won't you answer my calls? You know what? This is a YouTube comment corner, not the phone. I am drunker than hell. You usually are, yeah. And then Jay McCool, making what seems to be his weekly comment, commented, The Ottomans are coming for your channel. You need to get to the high ground.
Oh my, I'm afraid.
There ain't no trees in Davey's Awesome channel. I know, I am a Davey's Awesome lumberjack and I have never had a job. That was fun. My wife kicked me out because she's tired of all my animal puns. I told her, fine. I'll pack on my bags. Then the final comment this week was on a Davey's Awesome food I did a few weeks ago for the creepy caramel ding-dongs. Ant knee, which I didn't know that ants had knees, but okay. Commented, fact check, dude. Hey, I fact check just about as often as the actual Facebook fact checkers do. Difference is, I admit it. Nobody wants to listen to Whitesnake with me. So here I go again on my own. So there you have it. That's my Comic Corner this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, and leave a comment of your own so you can be in next week's Comic Corner. Love you guys.